Hello, hello, hello. Well, you know what? I think Gail was live earlier, and maybe that just took care of everything for her tonight. Maybe she's too tired for a quickie today. I sent her the link, and we should be having some more friends show up here into our Country Mama Quickie in just a moment. So, Spotless Calm, welcome, welcome. Were you just over in Gail's? I know somebody had asked for the link to come over here for the quickie, and I didn't get a chance to try to add that. And now I don't have Gail. She's not here. Matter of fact, nobody's here except for you. Which welcome. I mean, I don't want to knock that. I'm just saying usually I have several people that have joined the quickies. I've been promoting it. I usually have lots of people pop in for my quickies. Hello, Southern Sewn and Grown. Hello. We are just waiting for our guest for her quickie. I sent everything to Gail, and they're coming. Okay. Of course you are someone. That's why I said I didn't want to knock it. It was like I just didn't know where everybody was. Hello, Lisa. Listening and lurking. I was actually just kind of saying it that way, Spotless Calm, because I thought maybe I had put the wrong information up, or maybe I have scheduled some of my quickies and I thought maybe I just put the wrong one up. I don't know. Hey, Big Matt, how are you doing? We're just waiting for our guest of honor. We're waiting for lovely Gail to show up. Maybe she got cold feet. Maybe she's just not so sure she wants to have a quickie. Well, thank you, Spotless Calm. I certainly didn't want it to come off wrong. And people are starting to show up now. Hello, LP. How are you doing? Welcome, everybody. Boy, it has been a busy day here on the farm today. If anybody was around earlier in the day, we had an afternoon delight quickie with the Ann Lynn show. We had Ann and Lynn, and all three of us ladies, we had a nice little afternoon delight quickie. They are such fun ladies. And goodness, that lasted more than our 10-minute allotted quickie time. They were, I think we went with that interview for quite some time. And I went through all of my cards. So if you hear a funny noise, it's because I'm shuffling them. Hello, Skinner Farms. How are you? Welcome, welcome to the quickie. I think Gail just must be slipping into something a little bit more appropriate for our show tonight because she's not here. And I've sent her the link a couple of times, and I think I sent it appropriately and adequately and everything else. So for those of you who are here for your first time, this is your first Country Mama Quickie. Hello, Seed Faith Homestead. How are you? What this is yes, it's a little bit of an innuendo, but what this is once our guest arrives, I will just be asking her a couple of little introductory things until we get into our quickie. I caught a little of that earlier. That was fun. It was fun, wasn't it, LP, with the ladies, with Ann and Lynn? But after we get all of our little introductories and meetings out of the way and everything, then I will have a quickie with Gail. And what that is that is a 10-minute rapid fire quick interview. I've got all my cards with all of my fun little questions on it. And it's kind of like a lightning round where she just answers and we move on to the next one. But I'm a little worried she's not here. Back to listening and lurking, Lisa. I get ya. Good deal. No notification, Free Handling Made. I'm sorry. I've been putting it in my community tab, which has been giving me a little bit of trouble because sometimes it lets me put a picture up and sometimes it doesn't. Hello, Lynette. How are you? You know, we are 6 minutes in and I don't have Gail. I might have to just, I don't know if I can pull somebody in. We'll quickie you. You got the notification. Good, good, good. Yes, Food by Faith. Welcome to the farm. I know you came over from Black's. I actually checked you out about a week ago and subscribed to your channel. And you are all about all of the healthy eating and living, and I was really enjoying a couple of your videos. She's coming because she said she was. Thank you. Thank you for texting her. I appreciate that, Nisi. How did you start doing this and why? Okay, here is my how and why while we're waiting for Gail. Everybody in our little circle and homestead community here on YouTube, they were doing interviews. They were scheduling interviews with other like-minded people. And it was, pretty much along the same lines of telling about your homestead and your animals and what got you into homesteading and things like that. And I thought, I want to do an interview, but I want it to be something different. And I was trying to think of what to call it and how to do this. And I remember a long, long time ago, I had seen an episode of Ellen, and she was doing this rapid fire questioning with some of her guests. And I thought, I want it to be like that. And I want it to be just random questions. I don't want it to be our standard homesteading questions, which are entertaining, but I just wanted something different. And I was talking to my husband, it's like, what should we do? Should we call it, he kept saying off the cuff or, an interview with Country Mama, something like that. And I was actually in a Instagram conversation with Lisa over at Yogi Hollow Farm. And I said, it's going to be quick. It's going to be quick. And I said, that's it right there. Country Mama Quickies. And so, yes, there's the little bit of innuendo, which, why not have a little fun with that? So before I knew it, when I started putting it out there, everybody's like, I want a quickie with Country Mama. And so that's how we did it. We did it as just having a quickie with Country Mama. And of course, we have the innuendos as we go into our little interview. And it's just a lot of fun. But we still like to keep the chat friendly. And we like to keep our answers friendly. It is still a family show, even though the innuendos are there. So when Gail shows up, hopefully we'll be able to get started with that, because I'm going to get tired. I'm going to get too tired to have a quickie because I've already had a quickie today. I like the title. It catches your attention. Clever. Thank you. And I've had some friends say, I don't get it because you say it's a quickie, but it lasts an hour. Well, just the lightning round is the quickie. So we have a little intro, then we'll do the lightning round, which is, the rapid fire question and answer. And that's only 10 minutes. That's the quickie. And then I open up questions to the chat if they would like to ask our guests anything. And then if we have time and it looks like things are going well, then we share the link. And if anybody would like to come up and join the panel, then we can do that as well. So thank you. Thank you. Hello, Chris's Clever Craft. I had a tooth pulled a while back, and sometimes things are so difficult for me to say, and that is one of them. Chris's Clever Craft. Well, let's see. She's coming now, according to Nisi. Okay. You can't kick them out right after a quickie, right? You have to have a little conversation, a little fluff and cuddle time. That's it, and sometimes it lasts an hour. Who doesn't like to have that? Oh, and Denise, not Denise, but because I was going to say Nisi, but Gail's going to keep us on our toes, isn't she? Maybe a quickie starts as just as good intention, but evolves. That's true. That's true. It gets out of hand sometimes. If you didn't get a chance to go back and see some of the prior quickies, one that is just hysterical and will make you clutch your pearls is the quickie with Casey. He's a lot of fun. I had a quickie with Lisa. That was a lot of fun. The Green Acres, that was hysterical because there she is. Oh, wait. Here she comes. Okay, guys, here comes Gail. Hello, friend.
Hi, my phone died during my live.
I was getting worried. I thought you were going to stand me up for a quickie.
I know, and I was just talking about it too. That's the crazy part.
I know. I was like, oh, maybe she got cold feet. She thought maybe I got stood up. Well, I'm glad you're here. We've got some friends with us. They're ready. So what do you say we just jump right in?
Jump right in.
You
Let's do it.
ready? Okay, before we do the actual quickie, we're going to participate in what I want to call, let's have some foreplay, shall we? I'm going to hold up 4. Our foreplay is I want you to share with everybody in the chat 4 random facts about you. I don't care what it is, anything but 4. And so that's our foreplay before we start with our quickie.
I like to sing.
There's 1.
I am messy.
There's 2.
I said that because there's a little bit of a mess in front of me and I could see it. And I was like, oh, I can't deny it. It's like right there, but nobody can see it.
We
It's
can
down
see it.
here. Like, let's see. I am shy.
There's 3.
Let's see. Let me think.
It could be the most random thing in the world that somebody doesn't know about you.
I have small feet.
You have small feet. There you go. That is a random fact. I have Fred Flintstone feet.
Oh,
They're
which
short
means
and
big.
they're wide. I put them underneath my car and I just go. Okay, so how our quickie works now is I've been shuffling my questions because Anne and Lynn from the Anne Lynn Show, we went through all of my cards earlier today. So I'm shuffling them up for you. And I'm going to ask you a question and you answer it as quickly as you can. And then we'll move on to the next one. We'll see how many we can get done in 10 minutes. Now, of course, if you want to expound on one of the questions, you certainly can. And at this point, this is where I'm going to tell everybody over in the chat. Hello, Tim. I'm going to tell everybody I'm not ignoring you over in the chat, but I cannot read it and have a quickie with Gail at the same time. It would be rude.
On what you're doing.
I have to prioritize and pay attention to my guest. So, but after that, I'll be able to come pay attention to you. So none of the questions are meant to embarrass you or humiliate you. You can answer them as you please. If one is something along the lines of your most embarrassing moment ever in the world, you don't have to tell us if it really is truly humiliating. You can pick something else.
All right.
So I don't want you to feel that you're on the spot. And also, there are no wrong answers. Okay? So I've shuffled them, and here we go. Gail, if you could teleport anywhere right now, where would you go?
Newport, Rhode Island.
Newport, Rhode Island. If you were reborn, what decade would you want to be reborn in?
80s.
The
Born in
1880s or 1980s?
Born in the 50s.
The 1950s?
Yeah.
Okay. Gail, what is your favorite book?
Little House on the Prairie.
Oh, yes. Tell me one item that you have on your bucket list.
Tennessee, Hawaii, California, those big tall trees in California.
The sequoias.
The bottom is so big, it's like as big as a dance floor. I want to see them. I want to see those.
You want to see those? They're beautiful. I've been there. You would love it.
I love traveling.
Does your car have a name? And if so, what is it?
Oh, I thought about that as you were saying it today.
Oh, you know all the questions.
My car doesn't have a name.
Oh, we need to name it Force. So it's your Gail Force.
My dad always used to call his cars Nellie.
Oh, how fun. That's a fun name.
It was because they were clunkers.
Oh,
Nellie.
You like Little House on the Prairie, and Nellie was a character.
And not a nice character. It was not a nice name to give that car.
What is something that you dislike that everybody else loves?
Well, Nutella's one of them.
Oh, that's interesting. Tell us, have you ever walked into the wrong bathroom before?
Yes.
Isn't that embarrassing?
Yeah.
Gail, when you're in your kitchen alone, do you dance?
Yes.
Absolutely, huh?
Yeah.
What is your go-to Monopoly playing piece and why?
Let's see, what is there? There's the cowboy hat.
Oh, I remember the cowboy hat. Yes.
I'm a Texas
Why would
girl.
you pick that one?
What's that?
Why would you pick that one?
Because I'm a country girl.
There you go. I like that. What was your first job?
I was a file clerk at the food stamp office when I was 16.
Oh, wow. That's really young to be working in an office like that.
Yeah, it was
That's
it was one of those work program things. So I worked for all the months of summer. And then I get to have my own school card, which I was really excited about.
Getting out in the world.
Yeah, just being able to pick out your stuff and pay for your own stuff.
Yeah. What is the scariest thing you've ever done?
That the world's largest tram in Albuquerque, New Mexico, because I am terrified of heights. But even though I'm terrified of heights, I still force myself to do things that are really stupid, like the world's largest tram, and you're going up, way over the top of trees, and this thing is invisible. I mean, not invisible. It's like you can see through it. It's like glass.
Right.
And you're like, okay, if you survive the fall, you would get eaten by a bear or a lion or whatever's down there.
Your mind was going crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, very terrified.
Gail, what is your favorite smell?
Like that sugar cookie, like the candle. Sugar cookie.
Yes.
Sugar
That's a good smell.
That
like
candle
the sugar cookie lotion, like like Bath and Body Works, the sugar cookie lotion.
Can't give me of that because I'm allergic, but I love the smell.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. What is your favorite 1980s movie?
16 Candles.
Oh, good one. Good one. Do you prefer dogs or cats?
Cat.
Cats. What is the favorite thing you've done in the last 24 hours?
When I was doing my interview just a little while ago where I got to meet Seed Faith Homestead, and I really, honestly, even though I was interviewing him, I really didn't know him that well. I was getting to know him today, like binge watching their videos. And then I got to meet him in person, and that was the highlight of my day, just getting to meet them. And they were so awesome. I loved them. Somebody new, and I was like, oh, they're so sweet. They've probably been following me so close, and here I am barely paying attention. And then I'm like, oh, what a diamond in the rough that I just found, you know?
Oh, how wonderful. I will have to check them out.
Yeah.
I will do that. What did you want to be when you grew up?
I think photographer was one of them.
That's a nice one.
Teacher, secretary. My mom said I always liked playing with paper. So when I grew up to do things in an office, she wasn't surprised because I was always, playing with paper, playing school.
Organizing. You seem like you're organized and stuff.
Yeah. Filing was my first job. That actually fits right along with.
Yeah, it does. Are you early, on time, or late?
On time.
Are you? That's a wonderful trait to have. We're going to talk chocolate. What's your favorite, white, milk, or dark?
Dark.
Dark. Did I say something? You went like this?
Oh, I said usually on time except for today.
Oh, that's true.
My phone was dead and it was on the charger.
That's ironic, isn't it?
8:30, but it was 9:30. I was like,
That is so ironic that you answered it that way and you were late here. That's funny.
But I'm not 15 minutes early. I'm literally planning it where I will be there right when it starts, whatever it is.
I'm late everywhere. I'm going to be late to my own funeral. When you're alone, what do you talk to your chickens about?
I don't know, maybe what I'm upset about that day, if I'm upset about something or happy
They're
about
they're
something.
nice. They're nice little ears to listen, aren't they?
Sometimes I just talk to them like they're my children, you know?
Yeah. Um, Something that you're obsessed with right now.
It's obsessed with trying to figure out how to penny shop.
I knew it was going to be the penny shopping.
Oh, I want to figure it out so bad. And I'm
You'll
barely
you'll
finding
get
anything.
there.
I don't know how they're getting big bunches of stuff. I'm like, I mean, I went to my mom's town that literally has like 12 stores and we found two penny items. She found one, I found one. And I
I
even
need to
took a
try
picture of
it.
her one so I could take credit for it, but it wasn't even mine, it was hers.
Well, it was nice of her to share.
Yeah, I know.
Penny
I'm
for your thoughts.
like,
Um,
yeah.
have you ever met anyone famous?
Um, I met Brad Paisley,
Oh, that's
and
nice.
there was one of the gymnasts when I used to live in Oklahoma City. I was going into Walgreens. I met one of the gymnasts. Her first name was Shannon, but I'm trying to remember what her last name was. But at the time, I knew exactly who she was at the time. And she was right in front of me at the store, just getting a few things. And the Dynamo gym was right across the street where I guess she was training some kids.
Uh-huh.
But I remembered her last name, Shannon Miller, maybe?
Okay, that sounds kind of familiar. It's
Mhm.
like I can picture it. I know what you're saying.
Blonde, little blonde.
Which movie made you laugh the most?
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yes, that's a good one. I like it when I go into lives and I go,
Mhm.
hello.
A little sad now because I know he's gone, but
Yes.
yeah, I still laugh though.
Yeah. Oh, so wonderful.
Yeah.
What is the worst habit that you'll never break?
I'm beginning to think being messy.
You know what they say, geniuses are messy. I am a freaking genius, let me
I
tell
have
you.
good ideas. Sometimes I follow through with them. Sometimes I
Yeah.
don't.
Do you prefer bowling or putt-putt golf?
Putt putt.
Yes. What was the last thing you bought online?
I won that Amazon card from Free Handling Maids giveaway, and I bought a Blessed Girl shirt. This is so random. Fertilizer, a little devotional, and some vanilla bean.
I've never heard of anybody buying fertilizer online. That's hysterical.
But I was just trying to, there was just stuff I had already on the list, and I just wanted
Right.
to make sure, because literally I did all my gardening last year with no fertilizer at all. Like I don't use all that fancy stuff. This is my first
I'll
year to use
admit, I bought
Meal.
Miracle Grow online, so I've done it too.
Yeah, but yeah, I bought some fertilizer. I just didn't want to forget to buy it, and I wanted to be like,
Put it in the
"Oh,
cart.
fertilizing it." Maybe that's how they get big tomatoes. They fertilize.
Maybe. Last question, and our quickie will be done. What fictional family would you most like to join?
Fictional. The the one that just pops in my mind the most is the Simpson family. I don't know why.
That would be a fun family to
It
join.
would be fun though. That
I
would
don't think
totally
it would never be boring
no,
because they're
definitely
always up
not.
to something. And
Marge with her baby hair.
that takes me to our meeting a famous person because, and I did this earlier in the Ann Lynn show too, is I met Nancy Cartwright. She is the voice of Bart Simpson.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
neat.
My boys and I got to hang out with her one day when we did a 5K, and she was one of the celebrities, and that was a lot of fun. So that's it. Our quickie is done. Were you satisfied with our quickie?
Yes, very sad. I will sleep well tonight.
Oh, good. Oh, good. We've got a little bit of cuddle time. We've got to cuddle up with our guests in the chat now. So now I can pay attention to everybody in the chat. I hope you learned something new about Gail. If you have any questions, Brenda Baker says she'd like to be part of the Waltons. And then I saw something earlier. You are going to want to.
Otherwise, I probably would have wanted to do like Little House on the Prairie or the Waltons.
Little House on the Prairie for sure. I mean, who didn't want Charles Ingalls to be your pa?
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted him to be my pa. Southern Sewn and Grown, she says that she used to be a manager of Dollar General. Message her, she'll give you the scoop.
Ooh. Okay.
Ooh. So if you guys have any questions for Gail, please put them in the chat and put them in uppercase so I know that it's a question for her so I can ask her the question. So while we're waiting to see, we're going to give just a couple minutes to see if anybody comes up with any questions for you. But tell me how your day went. What did you do today?
I made a shout out video for the Tuber Chat community person that does like the Grow Channel thing. But not only is it a shout out, it's like how you use Tuber Chat. Because people come into Tuber Chat, I notice our little homesteading community comes in there, and they don't know what they're doing. So
I don't even know what it is.
Explaining what Tuber Chat is. So there'll be a link to Tuber Chat, and then it'll explain how to use it. It's a grow channel, and they're highly controversial, but there's a lot of good people in that community, just like in this community, that are supportive. I know at least one of them came into my live tonight. So, and first time I've ever seen them, but there's always at least a few of them in my live. So that's cool.
Well, good. I'll have to look into that because I've never heard of it. Food by Faith wants to know, what animals do you have on the homestead?
I have 3 indoor cats. I have 2 outdoor cats. I have 11 chickens. 1 is a rooster. And I have a Picostomus.
Oh, I like Picostomus.
Mm-hmm.
Suckerfish, for those of you who don't know, when you see an aquarium and you've got the suckerfish that cleans the glass, that's a Picostomus. They're very interesting. I want to know, what's your rooster's name?
Fabio.
Fabio.
You just have this long flowing thing,
I should have asked you that during our quickie so we could say that we had Fabio in our quickie tonight.
Yeah. Fabio.
Little Fabio sandwich.
It's just your typical stud muffin with the long hair and all the ladies.
Yes. All that plumage.
Exactly.
Here's our next question. LP wants to know, Gail, are you already planning your 2022 garden?
Lightly in my head, I am. The fertilizer. But
yes. The fertilizer's all taken care of.
My tomatoes were falling down this year. So I want to do either T-post or some kind of wood, or I want something for them to grow up on.
There you go.
So I'm planning for my husband to do that for me. Also, I want a more stable trellis for my loofah, because my loofah didn't do very well, but the trellis it was growing on fell down. And so I have something already established. I might just paint it a pretty color, and, because I do that.
Uh-huh.
My raised beds are like a dark purple color, so I just have to and everything. Plus, it preserves the wood, so
I think that's fun.
That's what I'm saying. Trellises, either T-post or wood, something to keep things more stable.
Okay, that sounds like fun. I did a spiral with a twine all the way up to the eaves of my summer kitchen, and my cherry tomatoes and green beans took over, and it was so heavy it broke.
Yeah, you have one of those like archy things that.
And I just like what Southern Sewn and Grown just said. I have the cattle panels that I do the arches with, but I have the arches, and that was for the green beans. But next to it, I had the tomatoes to grow up. But the green beans came over and carried the tomatoes all the way up to the roof of the summer kitchen.
Yeah, even though my tomatoes were falling over, I still had a lot of them.
Oh, yes. So good. Now, people want to know what this thing is with let me back up. Tuber chat. So I know you said you just did a video on it.
Yes, the video will be coming out tomorrow. It
So
explains everything from the moment you get in there to the moment of finding new friends. It explains exactly how you do that.
okay.
And
So
it
let's not
works.
get into it too much now because we want everybody to come over and see your video tomorrow. So for those of you who are in here, if you are not subscribed to Gail, please go over, subscribe, watch a couple of videos of your choice, and like and comment them. That way YouTube doesn't think you're a bot and throw you out. And then tomorrow you'll be able to see that video. And so I'm going to let Gail know that I don't remember when I have it scheduled for, but I do have a video coming out for her other channel, which is Gail's Coupon Gail. And I put everything that I got on one shopping trip using coupons how Gail taught me how to use coupons. And I put it all on the table, and I had my grandkids over, and I had one grandkid write down how much they retailed for, and one grandkid write down how much she thought I paid for the groceries. And then I share with them how much I actually paid. And so we plug your channel there as well. So if you want to be amazed at how much I spent on groceries, watch for that video. That's going to be a lot of fun. So I think, is that all the questions? Oh, look. LP's asking another question. Gail, are you a seed addict? Do you have your seeds yet for next year? That's a great question. All of these are such wonderful questions.
There's some specialty seeds that I would like. I have got in my mind that I want to grow spaghetti squash, I think it is.
Oh.
So I don't think I have that. But I've been getting seeds from Garden State Gardener and a couple of seed swaps, not a lot. But I mean, Garden State Gardener and I had won some seeds from like Jason Avers and different people. Well, I've been accumulating all those seeds that I got after the point of when I wasn't planting anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to buy the normal things I normally have to buy. I don't have to buy. So I'm going to do an inventory on everything I have. And then I'm going to decide what it is that I want.
There you go. That's a good way to look at it. I did Romas this year, but I want to do a nice Amish paste tomato next year because I
wish
want
I
to have more.
better so I would have known the specific ones. I'm going to try to do better on that next year because they just kind of all went together. And I was like, I don't know what is what. It's tomatoes. It's all tomatoes.
Everything just kind of grows. No cucumbers for me next year.
Yeah.
Uncumbered out. Goodbye, Lynette. Thank you for joining us tonight. Blackberry Rock Homestead says that they have some of their seeds already for next year. And Joe says, I think Gail won over 10 packets of seeds. I tell you what, my name has come up on that spinning wheel twice, and both times I haven't been there. It's like I'm always there.
I haven't won in a while, but if you imagine since the point of planting all the way to now, the point of where I already had planted, I've been accumulating months worth of winnings there from Garden State Gardener. I mean, I won't have to buy I'll just buy specialty things that I want. Maybe like some glass gem corn or, something, something different, maybe a different variety of tomato, stuff like that. But yeah.
Yeah, LP Gardner says that, or LP says, "Am I a gardener?" Which I love watching. Has launched his 2022 seeds, so that's good. I didn't use my seeds this year. And by the way, thank you so much to Joe over at Garden State Gardener for hosting those seed giveaways. They're so wonderful. They really are. And we appreciate him and him and Joey with their jelly beans and everything. That is so great. But this year I supported our little local hardware store that had their seedlings out. And I saved my seeds just in case next year comes and we can't get seedlings. So LP again, if you could grow 3 things, what would they be? Great questions, guys. I really appreciate it.
Like only three things?
Well, I think they want you to pick three things that maybe you haven't. I don't know if it's what you haven't grown. It just says if you could only, yeah, okay. So let's read it right. If you could only grow three things, so think of your garden right now and planning it for next year. If you could only grow three things in that garden, what would it be? What would they be?
Tomato. Probably like lettuce. Yeah, lettuce.
And what was the first thing? I missed it.
Tomato, zucchini, and lettuce.
Zucchini. Oh my gosh, if I got a zucchini story to tell at Country Mama Coffee Time this Wednesday, you want to talk about traumatic childhood experiences. I tried growing zucchini just to try to get over it this year and they didn't work. So that was just my sign right there. Brenda Baker says, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Now, Gail, I saw you had an early Thanksgiving. Tell us about that. And do you have any plans for actual Thursday Gobble Gobble Day?
Well, we celebrated with husband's family already. And then this Sunday, we actually celebrated with our church. So we've already had Thanksgiving twice. But my sister's not coming till Friday or Saturday. So on actual Turkey Day, we will have the girls. So I think what we're going to do, since they're there, I think we're going to put up the Christmas tree.
Oh, that'll be fun. That'll be fun.
We decided since we're not busy, we're not going to celebrate on that actual day. We'll just do that. So that's what hubby
now
and
let me ask you something that came up in our quickie earlier today with our afternoon delight. Do you have a Thanksgiving tradition?
You mean like going around the table saying what you're thankful for?
Anything? Do you have something that your family does every year on Thanksgiving or around Thanksgiving that's a tradition? Like for the longest time, I would always go out on Thanksgiving and buy a Christmas ornament for that year every year.
No. One thing we do is we usually start having our hot spiced tea drink. That's our family drink, family tradition for the cold season. We normally have that for the first time at Thanksgiving dinner.
See, that's a wonderful tradition. I want to learn more about this drink. What is in the drink? A hot spiced tea?
Very first video is me making hot spiced tea, and it's terrible, and I make all kinds of mistakes, but it's still there to show where I've come from. But anyway,
oh, that's wonderful.
It's brewed tea, pineapple juice, sugar, which you probably could use some alternative type sugar because I heard you say orange juice, lemon juice. You get like your tea ball and you put whole cloves, and then you do about 2 or 3 cinnamon sticks. And it brews in there, that cinnamon and cloves. It's a very specific smell. Like you can walk in a house and be like, ooh, hot spicy tea.
Oh, that sounds good. I might be able to have a little. Not a lot, but I think I might want to get maybe a heaven in a cup, your sissy says.
Yes, she has had it. Yes. Heaven in a cup, because I love it.
In a cup. And everybody's saying they think everybody would pick tomatoes in one form or another for their garden. If it was one of those 3 things to plant, everybody's got tomatoes going.
Eat it by itself. I mean, I did do that, as a matter of fact. I don't use any harsh chemicals or anything. I can literally eat the tomato right there. I try to think about the fact that bugs have crawled on it, so I just eat it.
I don't worry about the bugs so much. I love seeing the bees in my garden, and I'm learning more and more to not be fearful of them. But I did learn this year, thanks to poor Papa Jim, who was kind enough to discover this for us. You know, like honeybees will sting you once and they lose their stinger and they die. And that's very, very sad. But you know, those big fat bumblebees, they can sting you over and over and over again. They don't lose their stinger and they don't die, and they will sting you like a hornet several times. Baroque Cowgirl still picking tomatoes. Oh,
I need
Blackberry
to
Rock Homestead is leaving. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm so glad you were here with us.
stop it in.
And then Baroque Cowgirl says that she's been trying to grow green beans one year and peas the next. That way she gets larger harvest to can. That's nice. I grew some sugar snap peas for my granddaughter, but I haven't done anything to really put up. But I did put up green beans this year. What about you? Were you able to put anything up this year, Gail?
I did some tomatoes, stewed tomatoes.
Yep, I did tomatoes too. And it's amazing because you've got like, oh, I've got 55 pounds of tomatoes, and then I get 3 quarts of something.
I know. What in the world?
I'm like in my
I need
kitchen.
to go outside and pick my green tomatoes because we have, I think, had a freeze because I had one tomato plant that was looking a little peaked, So I think
Let's
I
say
need to go outside.
good night to Seed Faith.
Big old batch of green fried tomatoes. I need to do that.
Oh, I know. I took all of my tomatoes out of the freezer and I was like dancing in the kitchen going, this is going to be such a wonderful harvest. And it's like 7 jars to put in the pantry. But I did it, and that's what's good is I did that.
And I was like, oh.
Yeah. LP says, I've always been afraid of bees, but through my garden, I have learned to work with them. I shouldn't have, but I pet a lazy bumblebee on my blip, 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 her marigolds this early fall. Oh, how fun. I don't know that I would pet them. I mean, I would love to pet them, but after what I saw, Papa Jim's arm swell up after they stung him so many times. But I'm very fearful of them. But I'm just like you, LP. I'm starting to learn through the gardening to just be zen with them and let them do their thing. I do get nervous, though, if I go out there in a skirt. If I go out and garden in a skirt, I get nervous because it's like once they fly up and get stinging on my thighs or something, it's not going to be pretty.
No.
Not going to be pretty. Oh, Baroque Cowgirl averages 40 to 50 quarts of tomatoes a year. And that isn't enough. It wouldn't be enough for me either. But Baroque Cowgirl, I have a very, very small raised garden. It's very small. And I think this year we had 1 slicer and 4 or 5 Roma plants, and then the 2 cherry tomato plants. That's all we had. But I have plans, but I don't know if I'm going to go through with them or not. But I want more raised gardens.
With you if you were my neighbor, Miss Alicia, because I had enough for me and a couple other people.
Oh, I just, it's a small. I've only got 3 raised containers really for the plants. So, hello, Recyclable Homestead. LP only paint. Where am I at? I keep hitting the wrong thing. LP only She only petted it because it was hardly moving. It was probably cold.
Oh.
And Dana's in the house. Hello, Dana. She got lots of bees over at her place, and they freak her out. So, let's see. I'm going to drop the link. If anybody wants to come up and spend just maybe 5 minutes with Gail and I, we're going to try to, I say 5, but I'd love to see if we can make it just to the 1 hour mark. I'm going to put the link up. And if anybody wants to join us and say hello to Gail, ask her some questions, talk about your garden, all that fun stuff, there's the link.
I met
Cowgirl is beekeepers.
I met Betty Boo at the meetup.
Oh, did you? Oh, that must have been fun. I really enjoy. Sometimes when I can't sleep, which is usually every night, and she's got something late, I'll see if I can pop in and see her. It was a really nice day. I heard that bees get disoriented by fatigue. I think I must have been a bee in a different life. That's me saying that because I'm disoriented and fatigued a lot. Mm-hmm. Oh, Biddy said, I always want to just call her Biddy instead of Dana. She'd love to, but hubby has the TV blaring. That's okay. That's okay. I like to put it out there in case anybody wants to come up. I think the one time that I don't do it, somebody will say, you never shared the link, and I wanted to come up and talk to you guys, and it never happened. So, but I think I'm going to start to wrap things up then if nobody wants to come up. I don't see any more questions for you, but I'm going to adopt your technique and end our interview with, do you have anything you'd like to out? We have a question.
Okay.
Back up the truck. LP wants to know, what is something you dream of doing? Gail is a sweetie, isn't she, Dana?
Dream of doing.
I wish I had a little Jeopardy music in the background.
I mean, mostly I just dream about traveling, just going places and seeing things. Like the world's going a little crazy right now, and everybody's like, da da da, don't do this, don't do that. I'm like, no, no, that's why we need to go and do this because, you know, if it gets worse, I don't want to be, stuck here and not have got to see any of the stuff I want to see.
Exactly. I want to see Niagara Falls, and
Yeah.
hubby wants to go see Mount Rushmore. So I want to go. I want to go to Washington, D.C. when the cherry blossoms are all in bloom.
Mhm.
I have all those little things that I want to do too. But
You've been to
if I were to
the
answer, I'm sorry,
Grand Canyon?
I've been to
Have
the
you?
Grand Canyon. Been to the Grand Canyon. But if there was anything that I would dream of doing, I would love to. And I started really thinking about it before I got sick a few years ago. I was decorating my upstairs bedroom and I wanted to rent it out as a B&B. I thought it would be really fun to have people come out to the farm, stay in the guest room overnight, wake up in the morning, make them farm fresh eggs and biscuits. And they could go out and see the chickens and the goats and the horses and the donkeys and, just have a day on the farm. I wanted to do that. And then I was never able to really do that. LP wants to see Australia and the cockatoos.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
That would. So, Biddy Boo wants to go whale watching and see the aurora borealis. And Brenda was saying that if you don't have a lot of room to grow, you can take the 25-pound bags of like Miracle Grow and plant your stuff there.
Yeah, I'm going to grow my kale in a Miracle Grow bag over the winter, like I did last year.
Nice. I want to put, because we're going to get very cold here soon. I want to put one of those little glass lean-tos on the side of the house and just grow my greens. But then that would mean when we get a lot of snow, I'd have to go out there and sweep it off so that the sun could get to the lettuce and stuff. And I just don't know if I'm that motivated.
Yeah, I'm going to do a few things under the grow light this winter, and then I'm going to have my kale on the front porch. So.
Yeah. Well, we're going to, if this winter will be anything like the winters of the past, I mean, we get wind chills at 50 below zero. So I don't want to go out and sweep snow when it's 50 below zero.
I move all the gardening to the front porch or the utility room during winter stuff because I don't want to have to go outside except for to feed chickens.
Right. I'm very lazy with my chickens in the wintertime. We'll open the door and Papa will shovel a path to their water. And we run a hose up from the basement to where the window is. And we just open the window and we turn on the water from the basement. And then I just throw food out the window and then I close the window and run back to the fireplace.
Yeah. I want a better watering system for them for the winter time to make it easier. Because I know that old micro farmers got hit. They are the most rotten chickens I ever did see in my life. Micro farmers chickens. There's a heater out there. There's a waterer. They have food all day long. I mean, what?
I think I would have something set up like that for my chickens and my turkeys and my guineas, but the potbelly pig lives with them. So I know if there's a heater for their water, he's going to root and knock it over. I know when we were first putting everything together, everybody says, oh, you do the thing where you put the light bulb in a cinder block and put their water on top. He'll burn the whole place down. So we just have to do with what we can because little piggy will do all kinds of stuff.
I just bought a brand new tarp because they have the little small part of the chicken coop and then there's the big part that's the kennel that's covered with chicken wire. So the little small wooden part, what we do is we take and cover that with the tarp to where it's a closed in area and they can get in there and stay warm, stay away from the wet or the snow or whatever. So it's like a
Right.
nice. So I just bought a brand new fresh tarp, and I really want to buy one more to put over their perch. Sits in the middle of the dog. He made a perch in the middle of the dog kennel, and I want to get another tarp to put over them because the one that's up there is worn. That way there'll be one for the small part and one for right over them in case they're pig-headed and want to sit out there in the snow. At least there'll be something to cover them where they won't get snowed on in the middle of the night.
Right. It's
But
funny
that's
because when we have snow and Jim will clear that path and then he opens the door, the ducks come running out and then it's like, "Arr!" And they turn around and they run right back in. They're like, nope, not going to do it. We're not going to do the snow. But eventually they come out. LP was saying kale is literally sweet in the cold. I'd like to grow some rainbow chard this year. I got some rainbow chard this last year and I really loved it. I'm gonna have to rethink my recipe because I had like pan fried potatoes with the kale, or I'm sorry, with the Swiss chard, and it was really, really delicious. But now I need to think of something else because of the potatoes that I shouldn't be eating.
Yeah.
And this just jumped on me. Somebody wanted to know when we started our tomatoes and it jumped. Is that you in the snow, Nisi? Like, turn around, run back in. Hello, Tiny Tim Posey.
I can
Oh, we're
imagine.
just wrapping up our quickie here with Gail. We've had a lot of fun. We've had some gardening questions, some chicken talk. Right now we're talking a lot of talk tonight about tomatoes, which I'm really sad to see all of my little cherry tomatoes. They're done for the season and frost has killed everything out there. But is there anything else you want to add before I let you ask me a question, Gail? Is there anything you want to talk about or promote your channel about or your other channel about? What have you got going on that we can tell everybody about before we wrap up our quickie?
I was excited to hit the 400 mark on Coupon Gail because that means I'm only like 100 away from my community tab. So I'm
Community
excited.
tab, and I've got that video I need to share on my Facebook. I haven't even gotten into anything today.
Yeah, that goes into. I'm gonna do that until December 10th. That giveaway.
Uh-huh.
Which, if you're looking for a way to grow your channel, if you have the money to do it, those like Harvest Moon and this one, the Birthday Angel, those are great ways to grow your channel. So I did the Harvest Moon for the Gail Southern Living channel, grew by about 50 or 60 when I was kind of in a slump with that channel, to be honest with you, this channel, and I didn't think I was going to grow, but that helped me grow. And then I said, well, this time I'm going to do it for the Coupon Gail channel. And I was at 360 and now I'm at about 404, 402-ish. So,
Okay.
and I'm gonna do gift cards,
Right.
So that'll make
And
it
if
real
anybody's
easy.
interested, is it too late to get in on that, or do you have to be invited to do that?
You can still host on that. What it is, you'll do a video, with the rules and everything, and you could get that from Daigo Crochet's description box, or mine, or Nisi's, or Orensby Farms. So you just make your video, and you'll give away one prize. You'll draw from that video, and you'll give away one prize. You'll send your grand prize winner over to Daigo Crochet, who will draw for a big winner. And then when she draws for the big winner, I'll send them a gift card too. So I'll do one for my channel and one for the grand prize. So you basically need
2 prizes.
So yes, there is still time to get in on that. So just email daigocrochet01@gmail.com if you want to get in on that. And it is an awesome way to grow your channel. And I've been sharing out all the videos that I've seen come through. Matter of fact, I need to check it again. I shared out Casey's video today, and I'm going to try to share out all of them. So just to help this, this is the kind of like the crocheting community, but Coupon Gail is in it as well, and Free Handling Made, which is a homesteading channel, is there. crocheting too. And then Ormsby Farm is homesteading. So we got a mixture now going on.
Right.
So you want to grow a channel and you've got money for a couple of prizes. This is a great way to do it. And it's cool because you're giving, it's supposed to represent the December babies that kind of get lost in the shuffle of Christmas.
I gave birth to one.
So it's meant to birthday angel giveaway 21. It's meant to pay tribute to the December babies that get lost in the shuffle. So
oh, nice, very nice. So everybody, if you haven't checked that out yet, check it out. Gail's got some information there on her channel. That would be great.
That's on my Coupon Gail channel. There's a giveaway video if you want to go and register for my prize, which will be a gift card.
Okay, wonderful.
And if you're into crocheting, there will be some crochet prizes as well, like yarn and stuff like that. But then there's gift cards. There's all kinds of different stuff. So,
well, I might have to see about entering and then also doing a giveaway. Maybe I'll see if I can participate. If you are a host like you're doing, can you also enter on other videos?
For all of them. There's about 12 channels involved in it right now. And if you put in hashtag birthday angel giveaway 21, it will bring up all of them. You can just go register for each one. And each one has a specific thing you need to say in the video. Like mine was ocean animals, but each one of them has a different thing you're supposed to say in the comment section.
Okay. That sounds good. That sounds good. Tiny Tim Posey says he's taking his first knitting class in a couple weeks. That is very interesting, Tim. I think you will really enjoy it. I'm a crocheter and I arm knit, but I don't like knitting with needles. It's too slow for me. I like something where I can see a little bit more progress. So, Tiny Tim, if you've got the patience and you are disciplined, it will be a wonderful, wonderful thing for you to learn. And you get beautiful work out of it. My mother knitted, but I'm a crocheter because I want that instant gratification.
I want to learn to crochet. That might be on the agenda for next year.
Well, I had my giveaway on Sunday, yesterday, and I had a couple people say, would you do a tutorial? And I'd already planned on doing a tutorial for my canning mat. And I've got some old footage of a tutorial for just basic learning how to do your knots, how to do your chain, how to do a single crochet, and how to make a dishcloth. So I'm going to see if I can pull up some of that footage and actually post it on YouTube because it's on Facebook now. And that way I'll have some tutorials, and I'm very, very slow and tedious with it. So it gets in here. I don't move fast. So if you're interested in that, I'll see about putting those up. Fun giveaway. Thank you, Kelly. How long have you been lurking in here, Kelly? Baroque Cowgirl says, I crochet, but all I can do is tie knots when trying to knit. Right? And boy, I tell you, if you miss one, you drop one stitch when you're knitting, it's like, oh no, now what do I do? Oh, did you like the hats, LP? Thank you. Thank you. I do love those hats. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one of those for myself this year and wear it around. The ultimate goal is to make socks. That would be wonderful, Tim. And I think with socks, I think you use 3 or 4 needles. And I think that is a wonderful ultimate goal to make for yourself because my mother made her first husband a pair of socks. And long after they were divorced, he had them for years. And he made his new wife hand wash those socks that his ex-wife made for him. She used to hate it.
I bet.
Oh, she used to hate it. But they will not go into a washing machine. You have to hand wash those socks and then put them out to dry.
Yeah,
been learning.
I would be like, here, hand wash them yourself.
She did
hand washing socks I make for you, not the one she made.
Right. I don't know. I wouldn't do it. I don't think I could do it. I think they would have a fiery death accident is what would happen with those socks.
Tofuti would hide one of them somewhere, like the dumpster maybe. Yeah.
Yes. Then you just have one, and what fun is that? I've been learning some bead weaving here and there. That's fun. I just wish I could do other stuff while I do it. There's so many neat things. I had an aunt that knitted a queen size covering says Brenda, with large raised roses. It was gorgeous, but it took her about 3 years. Some of
3
those bigger
years.
pieces, they take you a while. LP's grandma knits dolls. Yeah, Tiny Tim says that the dryer ate those socks.
Yeah. You know what tofuti is, right?
No, I thought it was one of your
Tofuti,
cats.
tofuti is one of the little monsters that goes in and steals your socks, when you're washing and drying them. Tofuti's
Yes.
sock stealer.
The only time I've heard Tofuti is in the movie Overboard with Goldie Hawn
I don't
and
know.
Kurt
My
Russell.
family, it just adopted this.
And there was this girl on a boat dancing, and they called her Tofuti. maybe she stole everybody's socks. I don't know.
My mom loves that movie, so maybe that's where she came up
Maybe
with it.
that's it. Because the guy who owns the boat, he's hugging this big ceramic seashell and he's talking into it, so it's making this echo sound. He's going, Tofuti klein dine dine dine. Tofuti, Tofuti. The sock monsters. Yep, the dryer ate them. All right, so we are at 1 hour now, and we are going to wrap this up by me saying to Gail, Gail, do you have a question for me before we say goodnight?
What is the most interesting color that you've done your hair?
Well, besides this magenta color, which I'm absolutely loving, the most interesting color that I have ever dyed my hair, and it is Papa Jim's favorite color combo. He loves it when I get my hair cut in an A-line bob, and the underneath part in the back is jet black. The rest of my hair is copper penny red, and then my bangs are black. And that is the most interesting combination I've ever had, is just black, red, and then black underneath. And I love it. And I love it in an egg. Huh?
We need a picture of your hair like that. I've always wanted to do like a dark purple tips on the bottom of my hair,
Uh-huh.
just like that.
So what's keeping you from doing it?
Well, how would you get it in a straight line? I mean,
why does it have to be in a straight line? Why don't you dip it in some purple Kool-Aid and see if you can just temporarily just do the tips and see if you like it?
That sounds fun.
I know there's a way you can dye your hair with Kool-Aid, and then it just washes out.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Thank you, Brenda. Thank you, Kelly.
When Lori had one of her milestone or birthday lives or some kind of celebration, I did purple in my hair that day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I did pigtails like this, and then I had purple in my hair. That was it was crazy hair day. Yeah.
I remember one time I wanted to dye my hair a pretty color, but it turned this really weird eggplant purple. And I was working at a school. I was working with a student who was in a wheelchair, and he just laughed and laughed. He says, everybody's going to make so much fun of you. And I said, watch this. And I told everybody when they looked at my hair, I said, I told my student that if he got a B on his math quiz, I would dye my hair purple, and he did. So it's his fault. Everybody thought I was wonderful. Nobody made fun of me. Everybody thought I was wonderful because I was so dedicated to my student. Stop barking. That I would dye my hair purple for him, and I was a hero.
That's cool.
Southern Sonagro dyed her hair or dyed her hands red with Kool-Aid this morning. Crazy hair day. All right. Well, I have a dog that needs to tinkle, and she is not going to leave me alone until I let her outside. But I've had so much fun, Gail. Thank you so much for stop barking. So much fun with me. I really, really loved having you here. And thank you to everybody in the chat. If I missed a comment, I'm sorry. I tried to catch your comments as we went. But thank you so much, everybody, for being here. We had a great time. If you've not subscribed to Gail, please do so. She's got the 2 channels. If you've not subscribed to me, I would appreciate it if you would. And this puppy needs to pee. So I will see everybody later. Good night and have a happy Thanksgiving. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.